3, 2, 1. Can you handle the memes? That was a real quote from a reinterpretation of an Akira Kurosawa film. I'm Adam from Your Movie Sucks. This is Sardonicast.
Damn, you stole mine. I was going to do that. I should have known that you were going to pick that one. I'm Alex from IG.
Oh, yeah. Let's finish the intro. Then I'll say
I don't have a quote then. That was all I had.
I'm Jake from Man Caring Thing. And can you handle the memes? I just stole your quote, Adam. How do you feel about that?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Well, at least we're all doing it.
Power move.
Yeah.
What was funny is that line was in the trailer.
Really?
And I was like, why the fuck is he saying, can you handle the memes? And I freaked out. And then people in, I don't know, I guess my chat were like, I don't think they were intentionally gaslighting me, but I think they just assumed better of the film. They were like, no, he probably meant means, like MEANS. But then the film with subtitles now. No, he actually said memes. Can you handle the memes?
Oh, he meant memes. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's funny. Yeah, we'll talk about both of these duh movies pretty shortly. I was at TIFF.
Special
Yes,
one.
Tell us.
It was TIFF-y. It was the 50th TIFF. I got to see Park Chan-wook.
Jealous.
In person?
Well, I mean, yeah. So basically, the cool thing about TIFF, well, one of the many cool things about TIFF, is like if you're going to any of the premieres, you're pretty much guaranteed to see the filmmakers there. Like they'll be doing a Q&A. So there's a lot of film festivals that exist in the world, but TIFF is like out of all the public film festivals, you're pretty much guaranteed to have like a Q&A from the director at the very least, if not, major cast members and celebrities and shit. There was one movie that had Angelina Jolie in it, and I went to that screening because I was curious about it. I enjoyed the director's previous works. And people were just so fucking weird. Like she was on stage, before the movie, like the director's talking, right? Like introducing the movie. Angelina Jolie is just like there on stage, just being there. And people, the weird celebrity culture, when someone's as famous as Angelina Jolie, people just got up from their seats and like stood in the aisles and were taking not just photos, but selfies. Like they had to have themselves in the photo. Meanwhile, other normal people are just kind of like sitting and being like, excuse me, you're kind of like blocking my view. Why are you standing in front of me? Like, what are you doing? Can you not take a picture from your seat? Why'd you stand up? And like, you can't just you have to be in the photo. Like if you show your friends a photo of Angelina Jolie, you can't be like, oh yeah, I was in the same room. No, they won't believe you unless your face is in the photo as well. Like, okay, whatever. Yeah. So weirdos, but like not, that's not the main populace of TIFF. That's some amount of people there, but not the main people.
Well, that's what I'm going to do with you guys when I see you next month.
Ooh, selfies.
Selfies the whole time. Just to prove it. I'm sure you got, so did you get any people coming up to you wanting to talk to you?
Yes, but this year less than ever because
you cut your hair.
This is my first year with short hair.
Oh, your hair.
And because last year I was sick the entire not the entire, I was sick like more than half of the festival, and it fucked up my festival like hardcore. So this year I was like, I'm not getting sick, right? I got to make up for it. And so I wore an N95 like the whole time. Shockingly, like the only people, like me and like one other person were doing that. It's fine, but at least in Canada, you don't get like weird looks for doing it. People just go like, oh, they're deciding to wear a mask. But yeah, I was doing that like the whole time. And I got my ears pierced as soon as I landed. So I think that threw people off too. So like, yeah, I got some.
You were a different person when you landed.
Yeah, transformed.
I got some fan interactions, but I've never looked more different. And my face was covered. So.
Gotcha.
I'll do it.
Yeah. So the people that did recognize me and reach out, congratulations on your ability to recognize my eyes. That's pretty much all you had to go off of.
That's some dedicated fans.
But yeah, some great stuff. I won't go into detail about any of the things I saw, but loved the new Park Chan-wook. Saw Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie for a second time. And honestly, I think it's still my favorite of the year. So
Damn.
you two got to see it for sure whenever you can.
Wow.
Damn, you know what? It's playing in Vancouver, but like the week before you guys are here, because it's at VIFF. I know. It would have been perfect if it was just a week off. But
I don't know what of a release it's going to get. I hope it's easy to access outside of Canada.
Yeah, well, in Canada, it's being distributed by Elevation Pictures. In the US, it's being distributed by Neon. I don't know if there's a distributor for the UK. I have an idea of what month it's going to release, but I don't think that information is public, so I will not
just hold
be
it.
saying that on the podcast because I am a responsible person. But yeah, I mean, like, you'll be able to see it at some point. And who knows, maybe VIFF will do like a extra screening. Like maybe you will be able to see it in Vancouver. You never know.
That'd be cool.
I guess I'll keep my eye out for that. But yeah, overall, good festival, good vibes. Hung out with the director of Castration movie anthology One Traps for much of it.
Cool.
Louise Ward. Got to go to my favorite cocktail bar. There was a major political assassination that I'm not going to say anything about.
Oh, God.
But that was kind of weird for that to happen while I was at TIFF, because it kind of changed how you viewed some of the movies, right? There would be like a character in a movie, like literally like the next day watching a movie, and there's a character that's like, you know, very clearly using religion to push hatred. And it's like, oh, interesting. And then there will be another movie that has like parallels, just like things that I wouldn't really be thinking of in that way as much if there wasn't like a major world event thing that happened, you know?
Right.
Crazy. Yeah. It was an interesting TIFF-y. It was good.
I'm sure. Did you see Guillermo del Toro?
No, because the screening I went to for Frankenstein was one of the like rerun screenings, so he wasn't there. But I had already seen him when I saw The Shape of Water at TIFF, so it didn't matter.
Nice.
Yeah. Park Chan-wook was my priority.
Oh, nice. He seems like a nice guy.
He is a nice guy. He is a nice guy.
I don't love all his movies, but he seems nice.
Yeah, Frankenstein. Do you care if I say how I felt about the movie?
Please.
Nope.
It was probably my least favorite thing I watched at the festival.
Oh,
like,
no.
and it's not like the worst movie ever made, but it was just like fucking mid and disappointing and too long and fucking. It was just irritating. But yeah, I'll let you guys make up your own mind. For you guys, thankfully, you'll be able to watch it on Netflix. But like,
yeah,
you know, you'll have the 2x speed option. Who knows? You might like it. But yeah, great TIFF-y. Great TIFF-y overall. Had a lot of fun.
TIFF-y.
Squeezed in a lot of movies.
Nice.
And now I got to scramble to find time to record my thoughts on all of them. But, you know, busy boy. And I managed to remember to do all the stuff for the episode 200 prep and the podcast. We got the polls, we got the results, and I'm not going to say them until the end of the episode. So,
oh, I don't even know what the result is.
Nice.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I looked a few days ago, but it could have changed.
Cool.
Could have changed.
It'll be interesting. Don't worry. How are we going to talk about these two movies? Should we separate them? Should we? I'm kind of a fan of like. I think that what makes more sense to do first? Like the Kurosawa one, right?
Yeah, it feels disrespectful to do Spikes first.
True.
Yeah. Well, this is the first Kurosawa you guys have ever done on the pod, right?
On the pod, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like we need to talk a little bit just about Kurosawa, you know, like what he means to us in his movies, and talk about this movie, and then we can talk about Spike and stuff. But I feel like, yeah, out of respect, we gotta give some time to Kurosawa here.
Yeah. He was a man.
He was a man.
She was a girl.
He's dead now.
A human being.
Yeah.
Can I make it any more obvious?
Do you guys have a favorite Kurosawa film?
This one, honestly. But I've only seen three of them. I haven't seen Ran yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Alex?
I've seen 4 or 5 of his films. Yeah, mine would be Ran. And a bunch of his Samurai 1, Seven Samurai, Hidden Fortress. I somehow hadn't seen High and Low. It's just one of those, gotta get around to that. Been in the watch list forever type movies. But Ran is definitely my standout.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Nice.
Rashomon yet either, but I've seen Hoodwinked, so I think that, it's probably about the same.
Same thing. Even better, actually.
Yeah. Well, it was a reinterpretation, and I think they improved on a lot of elements from what I understand.
Not to outdo you all with my cinema knowledge here.
Oh, you've seen them all.
I've seen no, I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen. I'm looking at and trying to count. I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, I think.
Nice.
11.
Awesome.
Oh, 9, 11? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. I love Kurosawa. I think my favorite one is Kagemusha, which is
Interesting. Okay.
the one he made right before filming Ron. And I feel like people dismiss it as like a test run for making Ron, but I feel like it's a better movie. I love Ron, but
Okay, cool.
Kagemusha is like
Interesting.
amazing. Redbeard also super underrated, really good.
Red Beard.
Redbeard is really, it hasn't had like a new release. It's still, I know the Criterion has like a DVD. I don't think they've upgraded it yet. Dodesica Den, that's a weird one, but I actually really like it. I've seen it probably like 3 or 4 times now, but yeah.
What kind of weird?
It's weird because it was a huge disaster when he made it. I believe I have to double check, but I believe it was shortly around this time that he committed or attempted suicide.
Oh.
And
Oh.
this was kind of like it's considered the down moment in his career before he like had his late run with, Ron and Dreams and all that. So it's kind of like a comedy and like very strange with like a lot of different stories surrounding like these people living in it's very odd. Like it's just very different from the rest of his material, which is like super grim a lot of times and serious. It's kind of like a goofy one. So I do recommend it. Yeah.
Sorry. I typed Dreams into IMDb and I somehow I clicked on a 2025 Michel Franco film instead. Oh, yeah, I know that's not it. Sorry. Jessica Chastain. I was like, what's she doing in this? Yeah, I like. So my experience with him is I watched Seven Samurai when I was like 13, and I was like, oh, that's good, but I like as a 13-year-old didn't really have much of like a filmmaking cinematic experience with it. I was just kind of like, oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't revisited that since, so I don't really have an opinion on Seven Samurai.
Mm.
And then I watched Ikiru for, like, my patrons voted for it for the monthly watch along. And I enjoyed that as well, but didn't, like, connect to it super personally.
Mm-hmm.
High and Low, another Patreon suggested watch along. Thanks, everybody. Immediately connected with it when I watched it. And that was about like a month, maybe 2 ago. I think that was like 2 months ago. And so you recommending it for this discussion, I kind of realized actually also you kind of recommended 2 movies because the implication was that we would be watching Highest to Lowest anyway. When honestly, I probably wouldn't have. Honestly, I probably would have skipped it. But it was a good idea, and you deserved it after
we watched To Boldly Flee.
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I was like, I can't complain. This is fun. But because I've been so fucking busy just coming back after, like I'm literally not even unpacked, and had to do a bunch of other shit. Yesterday was my only day to watch it, and I was so busy until like the end of the day, and then managed to watch Spike Lee's one, and I'm like, oh fuck, do I have to go off of memory for the Kurosawa one? And thought I almost wouldn't watch it, but then I woke up like at a good time today, and I saw the clock, and I'm like, I have barely enough time. That's why I was 10 minutes late, is because it literally I was in the last 10 minutes of my rewatch for High and Low, and I'm really, really glad that I watched it a second time, because it's even better than I remembered on the first time. Like, I connect with it
Nice
a lot. Like the filmmaking style is just it speaks to me, and it's there's a lot to just be in awe of.
Was it also benefited just after having seen Spike Lee's version that you're just like, okay.
Gotta flush it out.
Some aspects, yes. I'm a strong proponent of the idea of just watching shitty movies before watching good movies, because they make the good movies even better. You're like, wow. I remember how movies can be made. There's a standard that you can aim for.
See, I did think about doing that, but I just felt like it would be too much of a slight to watch the new one first.
Oh yeah, no, I had that. That's why I was really lucky to be able to have seen the new one already, so that I could do that. Yeah, it was the correct order. Watching high and low, then highest to lowest, then high and low again.
Yeah.
It's a high and low sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm curious also, like, Alex, what did you even like make of this? Like, I'm so curious. You haven't said anything yet. So, like, what did you think of this film?
Yeah, because I don't know, I didn't know what it was about at all.
Yeah.
And it starts and it's like a corporation talking about shoes and the shares of the shoe company. It's like, huh? And then very quickly this hook comes in of like the kid being kidnapped. And the plot keeps going and going, and you're locked in this one location. And I was like, "Oh, cool! Is this like a bottle movie?"
Yeah,
I love bottle movies.
Yeah, kind of.
But the way it goes on, and the way that the structure and how unique that structure is, and the way it's used to emphasize the themes of the movie and what it's going for, I thought it was quite brilliant, quite genius and unexpected. And I don't know. I've talked about it on the podcast before. I love procedurals. It's one of my favorite structures for films. I absolutely adore it. And that's what you get here. It was kind of reminding me of a while ago on the podcast, we did the kind of crime film In Cold Blood from 1967.
Yeah, that was a good double feature.
That was kind of like the inverse perspective, where it was mostly from the perspective of the criminals, whereas this is the kind of the inverse, the victims and watching the cops try and figure out who did this, why they did this, what's the answer. There's a huge looming question over the movie as to like why is he targeted, who was it, what's going on here. Yeah, I found it utterly compelling from beginning to end. Yeah, I adored it.
Well, that's good to hear. I mean, I think it'd be very funny if you were just like, yeah, this movie's fucking boring. And
yeah, this Kurosawa guy, he knows how to make a movie or two, huh?
Yeah, you believe it. The movie, I never realized this when I first saw this, like in high school, that it was based on a book like written by a New Yorker, Ed McBain. I never knew that. And then I started reading Ed McBain novels like a year or two ago, because he wrote a series of books called the 87th Precinct, and he started writing them in like the 50s, and he died in like the early 2000s, and that's when the book stopped being made. So literally he wrote about these people for like, there's probably like 60 something books in the series, but King's Ransom is one of the books. They're all police procedurals, and he was like, from what I know, he was very responsible for popularizing police procedurals, period.
Right.
Like he was writing like what was the innovation in his books was that he wrote about the precinct as a whole. Like there was no main character. It was just all the characters working together. So that's kind of also, I think, what makes this movie special is that you think it's going to be this one thing. We're sticking with the Mifune character the whole time. And then it's like, oh no, we're doing a totally different movie now. It's like halfway through, like that first hour of the movie, it does feel like a bottled episode. You're literally just in this one location for the whole hour. And then getting on the train feels like a relief. You're like, oh, thank God, I'm out of there. But even just looking at the way everything is filmed, like the way Kurosawa is able to like stage all of this interestingly, considering it's all just in this one room for the most part, it's insane. Like
never gets boring.
No, it's totally. I mean, God, I mean, it's like it's Kurosawa. I mean, that's like he's the best at that. I mean, what can you even say? But yeah, anyways, that's some background on the book that this is based on.
That's interesting. It was written, do you say by a New Yorker? I guess I knew it was based on a book, but I guess I didn't question where it was written. But I guess that's kind of the truism at the heart of the story with the kind of class commentary it's going for. You can kind of map over any country, really. You could set it anywhere. But obviously it fits really well with the Japanese flair and, you know, where they were at the time and the kind of added texture that gives it, you know, recovering from World War II and the kind of consumerism stuff.
True.
Yeah, it was really interesting from that angle.
Yeah, and I mean, also it gives like a justification for the elements of the plot to happen, for him to be, you know, like Mr. Shoeman, you know, and the business deal that he's worried about falling through if he does pay the ransom, right? It adds that little extra bit of, you know, a justification for him to not fully consider just paying the ransom and that's it. Which is not really present in another movie that we'll talk about.
It just gives it such a great core conflict.
Oh yeah,
it's like, yeah, the first 20 minutes.
Like, he's an asshole, but you're empathizing.
Yeah, they make you understand his position, at least, even though, like, on a human level, it's a it's a fucked up thing to not just save a kid.
The script is very simple, but it very clearly lays out the stakes right away. It's like, I'm making this very precarious deal, betting everything on this. Oh, wait a second. Some crazy person wants all my money now. Fuck.
Wait a minute. Shit. But also, it's like, even if you don't love him as a character, like the stakes of like, oh, there's a child in danger, like that's a pretty easy way for, you know, you to care about the outcome.
Also, and we're not jumping ahead, but I just got to point this out. Like, the child who is kidnapped is not his godchild. You know, it's not someone super special to him. So that makes a big difference.
Exactly.
That's core. I feel like that's entirely core.
That makes it a conflict
to like the story working. His detachment from his like chauffeur is what makes it as punchy and as good as a hook as it is. Like, that's like the whole point, really.
Yeah, might as well say this now. We're talking spoilers, everybody.
Spoilers.
So watch the movie. It's fucking fantastic. We all love it. And obviously this before the reinterpretation, the spike joint.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah, the structure of this film is super interesting, and I feel like the if I were to grade, I guess, like which distinct sections I prefer, I think like the first, how long does it take to get to the train? Like what, almost an hour? Like 45, 50 minutes? All of that is like just absolutely perfect for me. Like that's. It's pretty flawless for like what I want out of a film. And I think the reason why is because within that space, with it appearing kind of like a bottle movie, the set and how he's able to capture the space, the props, and the characters, and how he's able to frame it throughout that entire section is not only varied, but it's all so expertly communicated. So something that immediately stuck out to me about this film is that like it had to have been revolutionary for the time in terms of shot composition and blocking and staging, particularly. Because this does that job infinitely better than like anything I can think of in this decade. There's shots in this film where characters are essentially placed in the frame in a way that almost appears as though it's like a painting. And, you know, the more characters are in the frame, the more it almost resembles like a Renaissance or like the Last Supper sort of thing. But at no point does it ever feel like, oh, that's an awkward staging where it feels like they're kind of making a meme or like, oh, you're trying to make it look like a painting. It all still feels very natural, but just the way that they're placed within the frame is so intentional, not just from them filling up space from left to right, but also depth. And with that being the case, there are several instances throughout, especially this opening gigantic long section of the movie, several instances where camera's stationary, you find the perfect shot composition and have the characters placed perfectly in the environment. And then without any cut, the camera will move, the characters will move in a very symbiotic, super coordinated, basically a dance, but you don't see it as a dance because it still feels natural to the characters. The characters will stop. The camera will stop. They'll be in a new location, another perfectly framed shot in one single unbroken take. And sure, there's like a bit of shakiness getting from, point A to point B because they didn't have Steadicam at the time. And I'm kind of curious what this film would look like if they did. But the intentionality and how the camera is able to find that exact perfect spot every single time. And this happens several times in unbroken shots. Like there's some where I can think of like 3 distinct, like perfect paintings that the characters and the camera fall into in a single unbroken take. But it feels so natural, and the characters are doing things that make sense. Like their movements communicate like their anxieties and their stresses, especially in this opening section, that you never think of it as like this like manufactured dance. It feels natural, but like there's so much going into it. And I've got a lot more I can say about this, but I'll let you guys talk for a bit.
Yeah, it's definitely an achievement in coordination.
Yeah.
Because like you're saying about how many characters can be in that room. It's a lot at certain points, like a big group, and it never feels busy or muddled or confusing. And it all, like these long shots, feeds into this building tension, the situation, the rising questions that are happening when they're closing the blinds after being informed that they can be seen through a telescope, and all this kind of escalation to what is going on. It's like, chef's kiss. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the blocking and staging, like, and the camera movement, I feel like, and Kurosawa loved John Ford, and like John Ford was like a master at blocking and doing very minimal like camera movements, but just staging these characters in a way that was like painterly and just gorgeous. And I feel like Kurosawa was like evolving that to a point, because Kurosawa is also moving the camera a lot, but it's very subtle, and it's like motivated with the characters,
exactly.
Like you were saying, Adam.
Yeah.
It's never distracting. It keeps you in the movie. In a lot of ways, too, I feel like Spielberg is similarly this kind of like wavelength of filmmaking that's like he just has the perfect eye for composition, for how to block and stage these scenes in a very like deliberate and time-saving way. Like that's the thing, like a lot of the stuff with the blocking and staging, you can imagine from like a filmmaking perspective, they're saving lots of time. They're not doing coverage of every single person's reaction in this room. There's like 10 people in there. They're not doing the take of 50 million times just to get a coverage of everyone. They're filming these big master shots. And I mean, how many takes are they doing? I mean, probably a few to make sure it's right. But then you have it. And I was reading, I don't know, I think even just on Wikipedia, I was looking at this, that apparently it took them 30 days for post-production to put this movie together.
Oh, yeah. It definitely saves time there. True, yeah, in the editing process.
And that's also like a huge like John Ford thing, because like in the studio system, John Ford like he wasn't in charge of editing his movies. Nobody was. Like that was the studio's job. So like he did a lot of it just in camera, like film only what you need. Yeah. Like construct it in your head. With big master takes. Don't give them a ton of footage so that they can fuck around with. And
exactly,
then, you have your movie the way you want. So like
keep your vision. That's
something you miss, and I don't want to like lament, movies aren't made the same way these days. Like obviously
technically
not, but like you think about back then, like they don't have like a little screen village where they go to sit and look at the takes, and the director's sitting in a tent like looking at the monitor. Like they're just going off of, well, hopefully we got it, hopefully we captured this all in this one long take.
It's the complete inverse of like what's happening with like Avengers Doomsday, where like they're finishing up shooting it and it's not coming out till like next Christmas. So it's all like, fuck, we got these contracts, we got to just cover what we can. We'll come up with the story later.
Yeah, let's have like several cameras running at once, capturing each scene, and then the editor can figure it out later. And hopefully one of those shots was good. Maybe like fuck that.
Just
that's so stupid.
As much as I love the superhero shit, I feel like mentioning Avengers Doomsday in the same breath as we mentioned Kurosawa is like going, oh, I love Pablo Picasso. Look at that turd on the street. You know, like it's just like, what the fuck? Like you can't be.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're in the same like genre.
Yeah, but also just like looking at the stretch of time and how filmmaking has changed so completely that, yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Yeah. I mean, it's a miracle that they're able to make this.
Yeah, true. And I also think it's important to remind people to put it in the context of, it's not that all films were great at this point in time. It's, Kurosawa is someone who would have excelled in any generation that he was born in, essentially. Like this is a unique, talented individual.
That's another thing. That's so important to mention too, because we talk about like, oh, movies were better back then. It's like there are so many shitty movies from the 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s. Like
we don't talk about them because they're forgotten.
No, that's how time works. Yeah. Like it sips away the stuff. You only watch the good stuff.
It rises to the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are so many bad, like just turn on TCM or whatever, and you'll see plenty of just like average, not even super bad movies, just like average movies from like the 40s and 50s, and you'll just be like, oh yeah, it's just like really bland. And like,
and those are the ones that were preserved. Like I'm sure they were much worse. Like there's so many missing movies that just like nobody even wanted to like try and preserve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mention a few other shots that I loved. There's one where all of the characters but two leave the room, and then you're just kind of left with like you're left with the main character and one other, and they're both framed the way that they're left there. They're staged as far away from each other as possible, and it's not like the shot got wider or anything. It's still using the same like space as before, but now the distance between them is communicating so much about the emotions of the characters and the feeling and the anxiety and the like hopelessness and isolation happening in their brains. Right. One more shot I want to mention, just because like it's what I love about the movie. I gotta soy over this shit for a bit. there's the main character is arguing with another character about, whether to pay the ransom money. And there's a moment where the camera follows them. And then as the camera stops, these two characters are now pretty close in a pretty tight shot directly in front of the curtains that you see often in the film. But there's a split between the part of the curtain that's dark that doesn't let the light in versus the lighter white part of the curtain that does let light in. And when these characters stop, they're both on opposite sides of that split with a split down in the middle, while simultaneously these two characters are having a verbal heated disagreement, right? So the visual is showing the split between the characters' perspectives as they're arguing, but even more so, the way that their costumes are composed over top of the white and blackish curtains, they're wearing the opposite colors. So the main character is wearing a white shirt in front of the black curtain. The other character is wearing a black suit in front of the white curtain. So as if to not only further make the shot look nicer, right? More well composed and have like contrast in the images, but also B, it kind of gives like a like almost yin and yang symbolism to the image. It creates an imagery that reminds you that it's not just like a good versus evil, like clear bad, clear good sort of thing, that there is like a nuance and they are having like a genuine struggle. Like there is light within darkness and there's darkness within light. And the shot isn't even that long, but just like this beautiful moment of like everything working together and knowing that like, oh yeah, this is intentional and this was your plan. And I love that you incorporated this in details that, most people would overlook something like choosing to have your costumes play into the themes and emotions of the film and how it relates to how they're standing in the background and how they pop from it and what they're saying, right? Most people would look at costume design as like, okay, is it accurate for this person to be wearing this sort of thing? right? And, maybe some people might think further than that, but there's so much intent. There's so much intent going into this film. I just think it's incredible.
If we're talking about shots or moments that really stand out, I got to shout out, the film's obviously in black and white, but the one moment you get the hint of color with the pink smoke reveal, with that whole setup earlier in the movie with the traps being laid, and just the timing of when that hits in the movie, and especially like the way music is used. I don't remember there being any music for like the first hour or so.
No, yeah.
So when it starts kind of being integrated in, it just makes it so like punchy and effective. I thought that was a really great use of color just for a moment, just to. I guess like how else would they?
That was his first too.
Yeah, how else would they visualize the pink smoke in black and white? I guess without someone saying, "Look, it's the pink smoke." It was a cool way of using the filmmaking.
True. Yeah. Good and practical choice. Sensible. Yeah, they do so much in terms of like communicating via cinematic language, which is like just that's why I love movies, is like, oh yeah, we're not just saying this character did this and then they did this, or we're not just showing it via technicality, like, yes, you technically showed these characters do this. There's an expression of how things are shown. Like that's my entire love of filmmaking, is like, how do we use this as a language, right? How do you communicate things without necessarily saying things like explicitly? Yeah, and this film is filled with that. There's one shot of another short shot where the main character is like mowing the lawn and just kind of like pacing around in circles by himself silently, and he's like in the background. But then on the close shot, he's like weirdly out of focus in a way that's like not present throughout the entire rest of the film. And because this is so late in the film, and because like, so much intent and perfection is going into this movie. In any other film, I might be like, oh, weird, the shot's out of focus or whatever. But in this film, I'm thinking, oh, what does that mean, right? Like his mind is in like a blurred kind of like detached state. Like he's frustrated, not really knowing how to like solve the mystery, right? Clearly pacing by himself, trying to occupy himself. Like having him be out of focus works well for what they're showing, right? It's there's so much.
Yeah, and even like on a scene by scene level with all this dedication to what's going back to that overall structure of the film, and part of what I love about that sheer kind of midway point where it switches and what it says about like the themes of the movie. I just love how that first half is so focused on that high society. It's rich businessmen who are all the main characters, people like with these high paying jobs or have some level of power. Then with that harsh contrast and switch for the second half, where it shows a completely different side of society. You go to see the working class, you see fishermen, you see drug addicts, you see the whole gambit. And that contrast really just, I don't know, it feels clever in how it hammers home what the film is going for with these inherent class differences that is kicked off with the chauffeur's son being taken and him not really caring, and the kind of sociopathic conversations they're having where they're like, well, it will look bad for you and no one's going to buy your shoes if you don't, and these are like the discussions that they're having where it's like, this is like a kid that's been like kidnapped, bro. Like is the fiduciary responsibility really like all that in the end? Yeah, it's really clever for that stuff. And I found an interesting quote actually from Kurosawa, who was asked in 1975 whether it was correct to view the film as being anti-capitalist, to which he responded saying, well, I did not want to say so formally. I always have many issues about which I am angry, including capitalism. Although I don't intend explicitly to put my feelings and principles into films, these angers slowly seep through. They naturally penetrate my filmmaking, which I thought was an interesting bit of commentary. And the whole payoff, like with the house, the way the house like is integrated into the plot, and that being an ultimate motivation for the house just gets on my nerves. It's as if it's looking down on us. Just like a symbol of this wealth disparity. Yeah,
it's an interesting angle to include in the film, and like the heroine and everything. Like it's compelling, not very present in another movie. We'll talk about.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. I know. It's just...
I mean, at the end of the day, he Mifune's character, he's fine. Like he took a hit, but he's still doing okay, and this other...
Yeah, they recover most of the money.
Yeah, exactly. So it is kind of just highlighting, that social disparity, that issue. And I think that point that you guys were making about how the first half you're in this beautiful house, and the second half you really get to explore what is actually going on down below, and
true,
high and low.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, and it works on multiple levels too, right? Because they're searching high and low as well.
Levels.
Yeah, exactly. There's the characters themselves, right? You can see on the poster, like there's so many shots of like characters like lying down on the floor even, right?
Yeah.
Throughout many of the shots, like even in the first half, like the discomfort of these characters, having some of them just like stand up and like face away from the camera is like, it's such a good choice. Yeah, I'm just obsessing about like the visuals in filmmaking. I think it's really interesting actually, because I can tell as we're having this conversation that this film is kind of like, in a good way, kind of highlighting the differences in terms of like what we experience and get out of movies.
Yeah, what we're looking for.
We're kind of like filling in for each other's blind spots in a way, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys ever shower like that when you're really frustrated?
I never shower, actually.
An angry shower. A stress shower.
Yeah. I just have a natural musk.
I only bathe. I only have baths.
When the views are down, you just go in it and just really thrash around in there. Yeah. Mifune, he's such a great actor. I mean, he's just so entertaining to watch on screen in anything he did with Kurosawa.
Yeah, all the performances were great.
And like, I know they had a falling out at some point, and he's not in like his later films. I think Redbeard was the last time they worked together, and I don't really know the full reason of what happened there, but God, their collaborations are just unreal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to watch more.
He is very much like a Denzel type of actor, I think, where he can do anything, but he also has that personal charisma that's just undeniable, that's just so watchable.
He's got the Riz
in whatever he does. Yeah,
he's the Rizzler.
He's the Rizzler, man.
I feel like we have to get into it. I feel like
I did especially appreciate the performances in this after having watched the Spike Lee one. I was like, wow, like I believe what these characters are feeling right now. And it's a combination of performance and directing.
Which is crazy because it's very stylized too. So that's what's crazy. Yeah. It's like I believe these performances more, even though it is very big and stylized.
Exactly. Well, like to someone that's not aware of or paying attention to the stylized elements of the film, it doesn't prevent anything from still feeling natural. And even people who are aware of it, it still feels natural. Like there's nothing about how the characters are staged or what they're experiencing or how they're emoting or anything that feels like, oh yeah, this is a movie sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Like you still believe the characters.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. That train scene.
Incredible set piece. Fucking
love the train scene. Alex, you like trains, right?
Beautiful.
Sorry.
No, I agree. What an amazing set piece with the like payoff with the that's why they were asking for that specific size for the briefcase so it could fit through the windows and the plan, and also like from the plot level with they retrieve the kid after that scene, but there's still like an hour left of film to go. So that was quite an interesting shift. As like, so right, we really are going to the procedural, like the main characters kind of put aside for like a big chunk of the movie there, which I found intriguing. I still think the first half I probably prefer. That was like a full-on 10 out of 10 for me. But with that shift, it did feel a bit more like distant, I suppose. Because there are so many different cop characters, and it just becomes about solving it, and the shoe business stuff is a bit more in the background.
What I loved about the train scene is that everything we get before that point is like the show of skill of like what you can do with staging and framing and shot composition within a relatively large space. And then in the train set, obviously things are a lot more tight. But despite that, even though the shots are tighter, and even though there's obviously clearly such little a very finite amount of space for the camera and crew and equipment to even be, they still manage to utilize the space where you still get well composed shots in terms of like where the characters are placed within the frame and what you see, but you also get like little detail. They managed to utilize like a tiny ass mirror like on the wall of the compartment and still incorporate that into the shot and have a character's reflection seen through it, and it looks nice. And it's like, wow, like you're even able to compose these shots well in a tiny ass fucking hallway. Also, incredible aspect about this scene for me is this is like some absolutely killer sound design, especially in concept, but also in execution for like a 1963 film, because during this section, you know, the tension is just so much higher, right? The dude, you can see him like desperately almost wanting to like fucking climb out this tiny ass window, you know, seeing the kid and from a distance, and you know, you only have this one perfect moment. It's like almost like the fucking you know, like the CPR scene or adrenaline scene in Pulp Fiction. Like things are such high tension at this moment, and they utilize this in the sound design, and the sound of the train on the tracks becomes so much more loud and present to a degree that's almost like, you know, if it was like a bit more, it would like almost take you out of the movie. Like it's subtle but not unrealistic, and not unnoticeable. Like it's definitely something that plays on your emotions and is definitely there. But the way that they do it, they have like a real world excuse to have the train tracks, the train noises suddenly being louder for the duration of that scene, is because they're going over a metal bridge. So like there's a real world explanation to have a heightened level of sound design that's in service of the emotions being portrayed in the film that are symbiotic with the performances, the filmmaking, and the narrative all together at once. And yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Beautifully put there, Adam. Yes.
Thank you.
I concur.
I concur.
Movies, man. Movies.
Man, fuck movies.
It's amazing. I mean, I wish I could see this. I wish I could see this in a big theater. Like that would,
yeah.
God, that'd be fantastic.
I mean, you probably could. I'm sure it's
Yeah. How do you guys feel about the ending? Because the first time I saw it, I was like, Jesus.
I mean, I love it. Yeah, it's fucking. I like.
Yeah.
I like an ending with like a little bit of like not only intrigue but like kind of emotional brutality.
Mm-hmm.
I like the being presented with something challenging and seeing like a true sense of like internal misery and suffering displayed through a character, while the other one's just like detached and like not even flinching, you know, at his motions. The insecurities on display, like him literally saying out loud, like he doesn't want to be thought of as someone experiencing this pain, and then like who's he trying to convince, the guy or himself? He's like, I'm not shaking because I'm scared. Right? I love it. It's so good.
Yeah.
And sad. Like it's awesome.
Yeah, just the way it manages to, even though it's kind of an anticlimax as far as like on a plot level, there's not some grand reveal. Yeah, I'm your son, you abandoned all this. I'm trying to get revenge. It's like quite just, yeah, you have a house that pissed me off, and I'm just like want to take out this feeling of unfairness and disgust just on you. It does feel like a great payoff in a great way. Again, going back to that blocking with these reflections and the sheet coming down, removing them. I think it's a really awesome ending.
Mm-hmm. I've got some things that I'm kind of curious about, because in the first section of the film, the lighting is like superb. Like if it's very, very even, but doesn't feel like unrealistic or like distracting, right? With the exception of some shots where like, you know, dude's in a fucking silhouette in the background and it's perfect or whatever. And so I'm imagining like, okay, what kind of like, it can't just be like, oh yeah, we used the lights in this real location or room, right? Like there has to have been extra lighting. Like I don't know, maybe the whole thing was like a set on a stage, and they had lights hanging from above, maybe. I don't know. But then the characters like open the window, and it's like a huge window, and it looks really real. What's outside? But I don't know if that's real, because then I wouldn't know how they got the lighting so perfect. Like perhaps they had a stage that actually overlooked that area, but then it's like, to do those shots, like, I don't know, you'd have to do those on like a perfect day when you do have the light coming out. Like, is it a backlit projector? If so, that's huge, and I don't see any artifacts. I don't know. Like I'm genuinely curious and impressed at like how it was shot. There's questions I want answered.
I don't know. I mean, I wish I do think that it was filmed. Like, I think that's a real background. I think they really filmed up in a building, maybe just like a set in like a big stage in like a high rise or a skyscraper or something, maybe like a TV broadcast studio or something, because it is like very well lit, but it's clearly like a stage lights, and it must have been in a studio. I mean, it had to be, right?
Yeah. I think that's pretty likely.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's one more thing I want to point out. Dude's glasses in the last act of the film.
Very cool.
Like the effect of how reflective they are. On this watch, I pretty much decided that it's probably the most likely that they got costume to design a special set of glasses that no one would wear in real life, but are just like hyper reflective for it being able to show up that way on film. Because otherwise, like, especially with 1960s cameras, otherwise the end result would be, you're fucking blowing up his face with like so much lighting, and it would just look unnatural and stupid, right? To get that level of reflection.
Right, yeah. And that's like an anime trope too.
There's some shots where like he's facing the camera too, and you don't see the camera in the reflection.
Yeah, how do they not get the How do they do that? I mean, I was watching it being like, well, obviously they just like removed it in post, and I'm like, oh right, this was made in 1963.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I think with that shot of him in the bushes, it's probably that they had the camera like poking out behind like a black sheet or something, which you wouldn't expect like in an outdoor environment, but just to like kind of get it not picking up in the reflection. I think that's probably how they did it, or something to that degree. But yeah, even like, it's not just, oh, that looks nice because you can like look at that fucking reflection, right? But they utilize it. There's like that quick shot where he's like grabbing that woman, and in the close-up, like you're seeing the action through his glasses, which is such a cool intentional thing. And it just makes me think of like, it's a clear sense of vision where, fucking Kurosawa, he had that idea of like, oh, I want to see her being grabbed through the glasses. It wasn't made up on set that day. Like the glasses were probably designed with that shot in mind first, honestly. And so just imagining that in terms of like a storyboard being, it's such a striking image. It might as well come from like a visual graphic novel or manga or something.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's well put there.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it's like, what else? It's like, what else can you say? It's just like an amazing movie. Like, it's just every moment is so visually unreal. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so pristine. It's such a like diamond. There's like barely any criticisms you can bring up. It's like so flawlessly put together.
It's so clear in what it wants to say, and it delivers the message like so effectively with so much style, and it is really just like Jesus, like it's a perfect movie. It's yeah, I don't even know what else to say about it.
All right, well, I guess we can give our ratings then, because I'm sure I'll yell at the next one for just as long. So we got a time limit, so let's do it.
All right.
I mean, the last thing I'll shout out is just the overall delivery of information is so thoughtful as well. There's a scene early on with these recurring phone calls they're getting from the kidnapper, and that choice to skip over one of the phone calls and go straight to the recording and see the reaction of the recording was like a really interesting. Oh, you're not like repeating yourself, you're going straight to like the jugular. Like, you know exactly what needs to be shown when, and exactly the point of it then and there. Yeah, this was quite incredible. As you know, as Kurosawa, it's not that surprising. This would be a strong 9 for me. I'd happily watch this again.
9 out of 5?
9 out of 5. Yeah, 9 out of 5. Fuck it.
Damn. That's pretty good.
Cool. I'm giving this a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. I gave it a 9 on my first watch, and I'm bumping it up to a 10.
Whoa!
Wow, okay.
Fucking...
Wow, you seem like a hater, Alex. You're a real hater here.
Fair play. I know.
Yeah, 9 out of 5. What the fuck are you?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Do you hate Kurosawa? Wow.
Yeah, you got me.
Gotcha. Exposed.
Well, I'm glad we talked about this masterpiece, and we don't have to think about any other film for a while. We can just think about this movie and just have a great time, and podcast is over, right?
Nice.
And then the boss music comes in. Fucking Dark Souls. Spike Lee in his Waluigi costume.
Shit, yeah.
It's a reinterpretation. Highest to lowest.
Yep, that's one word for it.
You know, if there's anybody that I trust with remaking Asian classic films from talented directors, it is Mr. Lee. Ang Lee.
What is your guys' experience with Spike Lee, since I've asked that about Kurosawa?
I was just going to ask you that.
That's a good question, actually.
I like Spike.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen most of his big ones outside of Malcolm X. I really like Do the Right Thing. I find he can be quite uneven, but his movies are so him that I quite like that about him, even if, what was it, Da 5 Bloods or something from 2020 isn't awesome in totality. I remember a lot about it. I find him quite memorable and charismatic and interesting. But yeah, he can be all over the place. Like you're mentioning Old Boy, his disaster of a remake of that film that he made for some reason. Yeah, he can be all over the place. But this was quite... I just don't really get what the fuck they were thinking. But yeah, what about you with the Spike Lee?
Yeah, I've only seen, well, now 3 Spike Lee movies, so definitely like an seen director that I need to see more of his big movies. But I've seen Do the Right Thing, and I think 25th Hour, the Edward Norton movie. Both of which I really like. I really like 25th Hour. But yeah, I just haven't seen enough of his work to really have like a full grasp on if I, could appreciate it all. I mean, I think like what you said, Alex, I like that he has like a personal style, that he has these unique qualities that he brings to his movies. He's like a filmmaker with a voice. You can tell when it's a Spike Lee movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Which you can't say about 99% of filmmakers working today. He is like, he's an outsized character beyond even his movies, that you're aware of him as a person. So, so I was actually very much looking forward to watching this. I'm like not, I don't treat like high and low like a sacred thing. Like, oh yeah, of course, let's see what he does with it. I love Denzel. Yeah. So, I was really hoping to enjoy it. I know it got mixed reviews, but anyway, yeah.
It got positive reviews. They weren't even mixed. It's got like 74 Metascore.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked by how well.
There were some mixed ones. I mean, I feel like it wasn't
mixed, mostly positive though.
Yeah, I don't know.
For what this movie is, it was surprising anyway to me.
Adam, have you seen many Spike Lee films? Joyce?
73 Metascore on this. That's a positive. All right. Anyway. Yeah. So I saw Do the Right Thing. It was good. Didn't blow me away. Black Klansman. Good. Didn't blow me away. Haven't seen the 25th Hour. I saw Inside Man like when I was like younger, and also rewatched it like maybe like 5-10 years ago or something.
That's the heist one, right?
Yeah. Not like, I don't know. What did I rate it?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Like is it like a 5 or something? Like, I don't know. It was. I'm not a Spike Lee fan. Yeah, I gave that a 5. And so I'm kind of realizing as I'm going through his filmography on IMDb right now, I haven't rated anything he's made higher than a 6. Right. And you know, some people get really weird about that. I'm looking forward to Bamboozled. I would like to see that. I will watch Malcolm X. I will watch 25th Hour. So maybe I just haven't seen the right one for me. But yeah, I think either way, even if, let's say, the movies that I liked from him I rated higher and loved, I think either way I'd still be saying, dude's made a hell of a lot more bad movies than good movies. Like, if you look at his IMDb, like, he's made so much, like, shit, right?
It's all over the place, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely... There's no reason to watch a movie just because Spike Lee's name is on it, because that's not a really good indicator of whether or not it'll be even watchable, is my opinion. But yeah, you know, it's... I understand and appreciate, like, his place in history, especially for Black cinema. Not gonna yuck someone's yum in the sense that, like, I'm not gonna discredit other people's experiences with his films if they like them more than me. But yeah, I'm pretty fucking opinionated on Oldboy, as I did make a long video about it.
Good video, yeah, it was a good one.
Oh, well, thank you. It's definitely another one. And I feel, you know, maybe it's not as offended by this, but, you know, kind of it's bringing back a lot of the same energy for me. I do feel like why watching Highest to Lowest, I'm asking Spike the same question. When you're remaking a film and you make this, what did you even like about the original? That's my question. What did you like about the original to remake it if this is what you made? What the fuck did you watch?
It's really weird, especially because when you look at the writing credits on IMDb, the first 3 is the original book that we mentioned in the first discussion. Evan Hunter's there. Kurosawa is credited next. Hideo Ugani is there. And buried beneath this list of names, all from, you know, high and low in the book, is this guy, Alan Fox, who actually wrote the screenplay for this version, who's just... If you look at him on IMDb, it's like the most random stuff. He did like some random film called Teen Aged in 2008. It's like, what? That's what I don't get. So why can't you put a bit of money down, get like a good screenplay first before you try? Because like the dialogue here, the changes to the story are just like, what? Why have you done this? Because I'm personally, I was kind of hoping, like, you know what, Denzel and Jeffrey Wright, like in a bottle for like an hour for the first part of the film, like that sounds like a good movie to me. That sounds like something I want to see. But everything is so fundamentally changed to the point where it seems to miss the point. Even though there are some things you probably could modernize about the story, but they chose the like dumbest stuff possible. You know, you got the phones and the followers and the AI and Nepo kids, and it's like, what? He's like a music mogul now. It's like it runs a record label instead of a shoe company.
It's so the Beats product placement fits into the narrative.
Yeah.
Like literally that's why.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like the shoe thing was a nice touch in the original because there is like a mundanity to that. So it kind of highlights like when it comes to that choice of making the shoe bunny or the human life, the human child's life, there's something kind of sickening about that. Whereas this is more big and glorifying of the company aspect and what he's achieved, and everyone loves him, and he's like a hero in the city. It's just a completely different dynamic, and it's more, I guess, trying to make a commentary on the music industry instead of just a pure. There's some kind of class stuff in there, but it's nowhere near as clear or well told for myriad reasons. It's just on a technical level, this is really bizarre.
It sucks.
It's one of the most strange uses of music I've seen in a film in a while.
Okay, I was waiting when we'd start talking about the score.
Like, because even in scenes that might be interesting, it's like a different film's score put over this, especially like it's actually funny at points. It turns it into a comedy. That chase scene towards the end is just like, what the fuck? I was laughing out loud. Like, this is supposed to be an intense chase scene, but you're making it sound like this goofy, like Hallmark.
We're going on an adventure.
Yeah,
it's whimsy.
Like fucking MIDI music that appears in like a indie visual novel game, interactive novel, like on a MIDI piano written by like a Scottish person. Like it's just it doesn't make any sense. And they play the song twice, and throughout the film they play full songs, like in scenes where it's just like almost basically nothing but the music is happening audio wise, where it's just like the music is the focus of the scene. They'll play the entire fucking song, like a 5-minute long song, and then next scene, another song. And it's just like, what are you even doing? You're like being so disrespectful with everyone's time. But when I say they incorporate that into the plot so that the Beats product placement is more fitting, it's not just to the extent of, oh yeah, he's a music guy and so he likes wearing his Beats because music people listen to Beats or whatever. It's that he has the best ears ever. and people with the best ears have golden Beats, and his ears are so good that that's how he solves the crime, through how good his ears are. Only the people with the best ears listen to Beats, golden Beats.
Yeah, I have a theory about like partially why I really dislike Denzel's character in a way that I didn't dislike Mifune's character in High and Low, because there is some, like, he gets humbled in High and Low. Like we see his flaws. He really struggles with the conundrum of like, okay, destroy my entire business or save this kid from, an employee of mine who I don't really know. It's just like a really challenging moral question. And Denzel in this film, he's like, I'm the top of the world. I'm the best in the business. My best friend's son, my godson, was kidnapped. And I'm like, I don't really want to do this. Like, why does he? There's a scene in the movie where he's telling Jeffrey Wright's character, he's like, everyone's asking me for money. Everyone wants handouts.
Yeah.
It's like, and then he's more concerned about the reputation of, what will the backlash on Twitter look like if I don't save this kid? They're going to blame me. And it's like, the human life is on the line. Like, I don't know. There's like a weightless feeling to it. That's like, you guys aren't taking this seriously. Like the filmmakers, like the people involved, I feel like it's just like, you have something you kind of want to say. And I feel like the movie does have stuff it wants to say about like legacy and new generations and like, what does it mean to like maintain a legacy into your like older years. And that comes about more with like A$AP Rocky later in the film. And like those scenes are actually kind of compelling at the end of the film when they're actually just talking to each other. But this whole build up to it just feels like lazy. Like it just feels like nobody really wants to be there. And
no, it does feel
feels
lazy.
weirdly. It feels like weirdly cheap. And like there's so many of these like wide shots and like masters that it's not like trying to compare this to Kurosawa.
How could you not? It's a remake. What do you mean?
But I know that's the thing. It's like so unfair. But it's like you're bringing this onto yourself when you remake
exactly.
it. So it's like if you're going to shoot it, like if you're going to shoot it so similarly, or try to shoot it so similarly with all these wide shots in this apartment building, like you got to do something a little more, or do it totally differently. Do it with more close-ups. Do it with more like handheld. Like just change it visually, because the way it is now, it looks like you guys just put it on a tripod and you just like, the blocking is weird and off. The acting is bizarre. Like there were scenes where I'm just like, you guys didn't get another shot of this, or like there's more coverage of this moment. Like
they filmed 2 shots at once.
What's weird is though, it will pay ode to the original. It will make little references here and there, like the I'm blanking on what it's called, the wipe, We didn't mention in the original movie there are a couple of instances of a wipe transition. And they kind of do it here with like the logo of the music company. And it's like this PNG goes across the screen. It's like comical. It's really funny. Yeah. It's like really unintentionally funny.
There's some Megalopolis vibes.
I was also thinking of Megalopolis watching this. I was like, if Megalopolis was this funny, I would have had a better time. This was funnier than Megalopolis.
This was a lot funnier and entertaining than Megalopolis for me. But like, you can't have a film about music and have the score be like that. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
yeah.
It's like undermining itself like at such a base level, as well as changing that core conflict with the godson angle. It's like, okay, so you don't have that inherent tension or commentary anymore. You've ruined that whole thing. You've ruined this character, made him more unlikable as a result. There's no consequence really for him not really caring about that situation in the same way.
Yeah.
So, what are we left with?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was like no business deal he was worried about falling through in this one too, right? So like there's like no good reason why he would not pay the ransom.
There was a merger thing, right? He was trying to stop a merger.
There was a merger? Okay.
But it's not like clearly established, like this is the amount of money. Like in the original, it's like very clear what the stakes are. They're literally like, take this check, $50 million, go take it on the plane. Like we're very aware of like what's to be lost, whereas with this it's more nebulous. It's like, dude, that's your godson. Like, just like the kid, there's that scene where he's talking to his son in his room, and the son snaps at him and is like, just pay the ransom. And it's like, yeah, like why is this even this shouldn't even be like a moral question. Like, yeah. And then it flips immediately. It's very black and white, where it's like right after that he's like, okay, I'm going to pay it, and I'm a good guy now. And it's just way less interesting.
Yeah, way less interesting. There's so many elements about, especially watching Kurosawa one after this, where I'm like, yeah, you know what? having first of all, the age of the children, right? That makes it more compelling in the Kurosawa one. You do feel worse about the safety of like the younger children instead of like Trey, who looks like he's 30 or whatever. the compelling nature of like, oh, we have this child's crayon drawing giving us like a scene somewhere, an angle in the city outside, and we're gonna drive around with him in the back seat, looking out windows until we figure out like what matches that and what he recognizes. That's way more compelling than like fucking dude was so stupid that he like played his own music to his kidnapping victims. and then Trey is like, oh, here's some lyrics I remember. And then fucking Denzel's like, I'm gonna listen to these sick beats. Oh shit, it's the same guy. And then he tells his law enforcement friends, who at any moment could do audio forensic technology, to actually make a determination as to whether or not it's his voice. Because dude's rapping, he's not even singing, right? Like you'd be able to forensically determine that. And they never do that. And he's like, they just say no. And Denzel's like, well, I got the best ears in the business. I know it's true. I'm going to go there by myself. Fuck off. It's so stupid. It's not interesting. It's just dumb. Holy shit. What do you think you made?
And like the perspective as well. I do feel like Spike Lee identifies personally with David King. I feel like he sees himself in him somewhat. And I think it makes sense why at the end of the film, he's like still at the top, and he's doing good. Whereas I don't think Kurosawa ever once really identifies with Mifune's character. Maybe there's some sympathy there. Like this is a difficult situation, but I think like Kurosawa wants us to like feel what's going on the low end, see what this world is like that is being shunned and ignored. And he has more empathy and sympathy with those people, also like with the investigators and stuff, and the people who weren't like at the very top. And it just feels very flipped. Like you don't really get the lowest. You don't really see the poverty. You don't experience it and feel it like you do in the Kurosawa film. Also, it just kind of discards the police procedural element in the second half. Which, I mean, that's fine. That's fine if you're to do something a little more interesting, but it just feels like, oh, the cops are really stupid. And
oh yeah,
like it just does not feel believable whatsoever how the second half plays out.
And all the text stuff, the way it was written, felt very like, hello, fellow kids. So just throwing out these concepts, talking about AI and stuff like that. Social media and this kind of thing. And Spotify trending and that kind of thing. And it just feels like, what? Like, you don't understand this, huh? Like, this actually, like...
Oh, no, yeah.
Sense.
He's just saying things that he read on fucking Twitter one day or whatever. Like, dude, I'm sorry. You can't have a character talking about, like, how there's a new technology removing the passion and inspiration from art in your fucking remake for High and Low, where like it feels like you phoned it in. Like, I'm sorry, like the first 3 scenes are just like A angle, B angle, A angle, B angle. Like, they're just fucking like, holy shit. Like, did you just film 2 shots at once and then toss it to the editor? Be like, you figure it out. I think
literally that's what it was.
Literally, it feels so fucking lazy and uninspired. And you have the audacity in your film to be like, oh, hell yeah, there's this new tech. I'm creating art that's inspired, and this other thing is not. Fuck off. You don't even know what you made. Holy shit. So lazy. It genuinely feels offensive for him to just do this again to another Asian filmmaker. I'm like, is this some sort of like retribution? Did an Asian person hurt him at some point in his life? Like, what is he doing? It seems like malicious.
That's what's like extra weird, is it? Like, you got Denzel, Jeffrey Wright, A$AP Rocky, who I think are all good in the movie, outside of, the dialogue and the script. But there are some like really bad performances in this film. Denzel's wife, in particular, she's like so unconvincing with like the terror that was coming with the kid being stolen. So it was like she barely cared.
That moment really weird, is so bizarre. That really felt like we don't have another take of this. Like, we just have this shot where she's just going like, huh, what? And we also don't even see him. Like, we just don't even hear the call. So it's like a weird moment where he just comes out from the balcony. He's like, oh, son's gone. There's a kidnapper. It's just like, what? Huh? And then the music is just like, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I would rewatch some of the scenes in this for comedic value, honestly.
I think it's fun. I was laughing at it a fair amount. Especially when you get to like weird cameos. Like, why is Ice Spice? Why is she like that? Because I saw her and was like, she kind of looks familiar. She kind of looks like Ice Spice.
Oh, she is, yeah.
And it literally is Ice Spice.
The spiciest.
What is Don Lemon doing in there?
Oh yeah, Don Lemon's in it.
So what does that say about the commentary? Like, what's your music commentary on that?
I don't know. He just wanted fucking like celebrities and rappers.
He just likes it.
I don't know. Yeah. Since you brought up Ice Spice, Alex, I have a question for you that you might not be able to answer until like a future episode, because you might have to like consider it. But I've heard like a handful of like British hip hop, and it all has like a very similar kind of like rhythm, like ba-dum bum 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 bum, ba-dum bum bum bum, like in terms of the rhythm of the vocals. And then I hear Ice Spice and it sounds like the same. And I'm like, oh, Ice Spice is just doing British rap, but for Americans. So let me know if you feel the same way at some point in the future, because I'm just curious what you'd have to say.
I hear what you're saying. I'm not like the biggest grime guy.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying,
like,
right?
I do know what you're saying, because Drake at some point did a similar thing. Where
okay,
like, I'm gonna do this for a bit, you know. Yeah.
2 plus 2 is 4 minus 1. That's 3 quick bit maths.
Yeah.
Dean Winters, the guy from the commercials, is in this.
He was awful. It's like bad in this.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Look, it was like not great. And then like the problem is there were a lot of scenes in cars with like green screen, and it was not done very well. And every time, like with that whole chase train sequence, which we can talk about, but that whole sequence, every time it cut to Dean Winters, I'd be like, "Oh, is a commercial playing? I didn't know Apple was playing commercials."
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, that's not a commercial. That's part of the
world 2025.
And part of that's not his fault, just because he has a recognizable face. But like the way the scenes in the cars were shot, I don't think they were done very well. And you know. that whole train sequence, like, I really didn't like that he just drops the bag and then it falls perfectly, like the way they stop the train perfectly. Like, it's just, it's
that
very
sucked.
Yeah, how did they know?
That was dumb for everyone.
It was just like, really?
There's not a single person who's seen this movie that doesn't think that's dumb. That's dumb for everyone, right? like that's nuts.
Like impossible.
And then after the fact, he's like, "Oh, somebody clipped you on Twitter or something." And I'm like,
yeah.
Whose phone is that? Like, they were in the perfect spot to capture the train, like this tiny ass section in between the compartments of the train. The shot looks stationary. Where were they filming from? Whose phone was it? What the hell was that? And they just kind of just keep going. Like, why'd they even show that? What was the point of that? Like, they're roasting you on Twitter, my dude. Like, what are you talking about? What was that? And the whole time salsa music is playing. It's for like 7 minutes.
It's like they had to use that as a crutch to like, okay, we need to like liven up this and get more like, but it went on for so long.
Got some tension. Yeah.
What the fuck was that? It's a really funny movie. It sucks.
It just, at every corner, it felt like, okay, it feels like the budget was used in weird places, and then it's like they're cutting corners and things felt like they weren't filmed. They weren't given enough time to shoot things. And it just feels awkward and like, yeah, like, I don't know. Like, what is the point of, I mean, like you guys are saying, what is the point? Like, what do you think Spike Lee is saying with this film at the end of the day?
Gotcha.
Good question.
Tricked you. Fooled you again.
I've modernized this. I think that's what he was envisioning, was like, yeah, I'm going to take the themes of the original, but I'm going to bring this to America. I'm going to make it mine and modernize it.
Because it worked out so well last time.
Yeah. Yeah, but kind of just, oh man, I have to mention this scene, because I just felt like I was losing my mind.
Please.
There's like a scene where Denzel, he's delivering lines and he just has his eyes closed for like 4 shots. And I was like, why'd you do that?
Oh yeah.
It's like he fell asleep for the shot. It was reminding me of was it like Blade, where they had to like CG the closed eyes open?
That's funny,
I kept thinking about that. Sure.
Blade.
But it's like, why'd you do that? It just made the scene even more awkward, because like the dialogue is just consistently bad throughout. But he's delivering this dialogue. You know, you got the Denzel charisma, but he just has his eyes closed for like, it's not just for like a moment. It's for multiple shots. It's just like, it's so strange.
The performances were fucking goofy too. Like, Jeffrey Wright didn't do a good job. Denzel wasn't at his best. Whoever the fuck played his wife, I'm not sure if she's ever acted in anything. I don't know who the fuck she was.
Wasn't she an old boy?
I don't know.
The remake.
I don't know. Like, maybe.
Let me double check.
It's funny that I would have repressed that, but you know.
Yeah, she was.
Wow.
I feel like Spike Lee at the end of the day is kind of like I'm still like us older folks, we still got it. Like, I feel like this movie is more about generations than it is about class or anything. Like, it's about like these younger people who are on their phones and on TikTok all day. They don't understand what it really takes to succeed, and they want to knock the people on top down because there's like we worked hard to get here. So it's like, I can't help feeling like they're like Spike Lee sees himself in Denzel's character, and I don't know, maybe that's not the case, but the movie doesn't really offer much besides that, especially not in terms of like a class perspective, like critiquing capitalism or anything. Like, this doesn't feel like a critique of capitalism. Like, there's something also that's poked out to me that was like, there's no way, like, this is so out of touch, was his son's room, his teenage son's bedroom has a giant framed poster of Kamala Harris. I'm like,
probably filmed before.
A 17-year-old boy,
like, hello, fellow children. Don't we all love Kamala? Like, it's insane.
That is very funny in that context too. I was just thinking of it of like, yeah, they didn't predict the future. Oops. But you're absolutely right. The context of that being his room is way worse.
Yeah.
There's so many choices like that though. Like, what about that shot? That insane shot where it's like this dolly zoom on the policeman, like delivering that information.
I liked that because I was like, this is something different. Like this is a choice, you know,
something.
like, and it's a Spike Lee thing. I'm like, okay, you're doing your thing, good. Like there's some effort.
He's not doing the right thing though.
Well,
got him. Yeah, it just feels like everyone thinks they're in a different movie and going for like a different tone, and like no one is on the same level. Like some people are acting like it's a comedy, some are acting like it's really serious. It just can't find a tone or a voice. It's and that's kind of what adds to the humor, where it's like, how am I supposed to read a lot of this? Because like for most of the movie, I wasn't finding there to be even like a single good scene. And it started getting somewhere when they have that kind of rap battle towards the end. Corny. But that gave me like an insight of like you could have done something, I guess. Like if you'd actually tried with the script. Like, because that was an okay, like, back and forward to me. That was getting more at, like, how you could modernize it or transport it into this world that he wants to set it in and do something with it. But by the time you get there, it's like, I just can't take this seriously, you know? Not only because of that music, but it's so dull as well. It's like
it's boring.
That hook that's so strong in the original. Yeah, it's just, like, deflated. It's a guy just, like, in a bathtub that's been captured by a rapper called Young Felon. It's like, good.
Also, notable about that, the first movie never showed the perspective of the kidnapping victims or kidnappers. Until like the first that we saw of them was in that train shot, and they were obscured and far away, and like that added so much to like the fear and the mystique surrounding, like you don't know if that's them, what they're like, and you kind of expect like they're going to get away. It's it's very disturbing and unsettling versus like dudes in a bathtub and some rap music's playing. And I think from what I interpret at that moment, it's supposed to be like, oh, damn, right? Like you're just supposed to think like, oh shit, he's in for some tough stuff. But I guess that's only there just to like provide the evidence for the music working into the plot for the Beats product placement, so they can be like, oh yeah, no, because he did play the songs when he was there. But then also, even if we ignore that, like it shows the dude, we got a perspective shot of the dude like outside the apartment making the phone call on his cell phone, just kind of taunting him with the ransom messages. It's like, why do we need that perspective? Like it's Alex, you were talking about like how cool the choice was to like show the listen to the audio of the call after it happened. Like that's an interesting choice. Why Spike Lee's not thinking about the language of filmmaking in this film, and if he is at any moment, like it's very misguided, right? There's some shots where I'm like, oh, were you trying to do a thing? But I'm not sure. Right. So I talked about like the shots out of focus in the Kurosawa film. I know that's intentional based on the rest of the movie. The inverse of that is in this film, there's a shot where the coach is talking to the two police officers. And it almost feels like every time they cut from the police officers to the coach, like he's getting progressively shorter and they're getting progressively taller, like the fucking sheriff's hat in Scary Movie 3. And all I'm thinking is like, I can't even tell if he's getting shorter or if it's just weird that he looks weirdly short in this scene. And I don't know if it's intentional. Part of me thinks, oh, maybe he's making a statement like, oh, that they're being shot from a low angle because they have the power in this situation or whatever. But then another part of me thinks, oh, maybe they filmed an extra scene and he got into an accident and now he's in a wheelchair and then they just deleted it and then they cropped it so you didn't see the wheelchair in the scene. I don't fucking know. The whole thing's just lazy and thrown together, so I don't feel a sense of intent, right? It's like pointless. It's just goofy as fuck. I hate it.
And it's just so hard to take seriously with that dialogue. Like, I noted a couple of the worst lines down. Best ears in the business, but the coldest heart. What he says to his dad is so lame. Or they literally say towards the end, you was at your highest, I was at my lowest. Like, it's so cool, thanks for explaining.
He says the name of the film in like the last line of the movie.
Yeah. And also the name of the song or the end.
Every movie she done like that, with the character just kind of like offhandly saying like the name.
Yeah, it's that fucking Family Guy joke.
Oh no, I was reminded of the ending of fucking Fant Four Stick. Like really, what's the name of the song? The way she says it, highest to lowest. Like fuck, say it again.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Yeah.
That was a weird scene to end on.
Oh
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
That whole song that they play.
Went on forever.
And the shit before that, the weird music video, like, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Isn't this short? This is shorter than the original 2, but it feels
know!
longer.
Yeah.
It's mystifying.
Dude, watching this, I was so pissed with how little he respects anyone's time. And I was like, I'm glad that parts of it were funny, but most of it was just so fucking boring. And then I was like, okay, I have enough time to rewatch the original High and Low. What's that, like 90 minutes? No, it's the 2 hours 20.
Yeah, it's fairly long.
It's 10 minutes longer, but yeah, it feels way shorter because it's so much more compelling. Just interesting.
Adam, I want to apologize to you because this movie was generally well received. It has an 86% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
That's wild. That's actually wild to me.
It's very surprising.
You know, probably why is because it premiered at Cannes, and I think probably like the energy of like, you know, Spike Lee being there in his newest film, and how I don't know how many years has it been? What was the one he directed before that? Like it's been a good since Da 5 Bloods. You know, his first film.
Was it Da 5 Bloods? Yeah, that was 5 years ago.
His first feature in like 5 years, and I think the fact that it is premiering at Cannes implies a level of quality for him in his filmography.
And Denzel is reuniting with him after all this time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the pair together.
Right.
I think that like perhaps the excitement and energy of that event, which is where every critic saw it, that you're seeing logged on like Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic. I think maybe that played a little into like how their experience was in the film. Because, you know, it is true that your experience with a film also includes the setting and how you felt when you're watching it, you know? Right? But like, yeah, on fucking not in that environment, this is a big fucking turd. I wish I was at that con fucking screening so I could boo him.
Well, to give an idea of how stupid Rotten Tomatoes is anyways, I mean,
know, right?
highest to lowest, it has an 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. It is higher than Akira Kurosawa's Dreams, which is at 67%. It is about the same as Kagemusha at 89%. It is higher than Redbeard, which is at 73% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know how. Anyways, I mean, it's all nonsense. Yeah.
Here's something I'll add to that comment you just made. I don't, on websites like Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic, I don't pay much value in comparisons between films that were created after the website was made versus before.
True.
Because the ones that are before the website was made, they don't have all of the previous ratings logged. There's going to be like a lower pool of critical ratings to pull from. So I just, if I'm comparing ratings for any reason on these sites, I generally just stick to like everything 2006 and later or whatever when they started being popular.
Yeah.
And even then, you have to take them with a grain of salt.
Exactly,
like
yeah.
The way they're weighted, the way they work. It's not actually about filtering quality.
Yeah, if you gave a movie like a 6 out of 10, then they're giving that just a tomato, and then that counts as, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
As a good rating. So, I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just amazed that it just got the reception it did. I mean, I was
dumbfounded.
It really led me to believe that, okay, this will be like an enjoyable, fun time. And I like pretty quickly, I was just like, this is bad. This is not good.
Yeah.
It's a little too woke for my taste.
I knew you'd say that. Yeah. Just typical Adam.
Another one for the pile.
More like highest to wokest.
That should be the next one they make. That should be the sequel.
I'll make it. Spike Lee's intentional stylization with the phrasing of his credits and titles. You know, him calling it a joint or whatever. It's cute. It's fun.
Yeah, I like that.
But unfortunately, whenever I see like the word "the" replaced with "duh," like "da," so at the end it said "duh filmmakers." Unfortunately, now that like the Voros twins exist, all I can think of is like "Da Shorty," like "Da Vinci."
Oh, right.
And so yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
I hadn't even considered that.
"Da Five Bloods." Wow.
Right.
You're so special.
You know, I really want to watch more Spike Lee movies because I do feel like there's a lot of good ones I know I haven't seen, and that's like I just don't really.
There's a lot of bad ones you haven't seen too.
And you know, maybe if I had more of an experience with his filmography, then I would be rating this maybe a little differently, like just having an understanding of where he's coming from. And I mean, there's a certain level of ignorance on my part that's like I have to acknowledge. I'm not like me rating Megalopolis higher is because like I'm also coming at it with like my experience with Francis Ford Coppola's body of work, and it's like especially when you're looking at like a late period film, which I would consider this a late period film, like where the filmmakers are stretching their style into like new weird areas. Like you watch a Clint Eastwood movie of the past 5 years, and it's like you're going to be judging it differently based on your experience seeing all his other movies and his legacy compared to if you just were to sit down and watch the 1517 to Paris or something, whatever that movie is. So, or The Mule. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to be fair. I don't want to just be like a hater here because.
Oh yeah, no, you don't want to be a hater. It's okay.
I'll be a hater of this movie. It's fine.
I mean, I know that's.
I'm trying to be fair too. I'm just like pushed to my fucking limits here. like, I think we're all trying to be fair, but Spike's making it very difficult. He's making it very difficult for us.
He's testing it, yeah.
I feel like I'm going crazy because I'm like the movie I saw. Like
it's bad. Like, it's really bad. That's like Alex and I revisiting 28 Weeks Later. We're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes you just have this like weird disconnect between like what the hell did people watch? What?
Yeah.
Well, normally I can see, even if it doesn't vibe with me, if something is reviewed well, I can like have an understanding as to like, I get it. Like it's not for me, whatever. But this one is more like a, huh? Like,
huh? Like that cat.
He's made some good ass movies.
Huh?
Yeah, just like the cat. Huh?
Huh?
Yeah. It is like a baffling film, like on every level. Like I mentioned that scene I kind of liked, the like rap battle, but even in there was these like continuity errors, like egregious ones.
Oh, the editing
where
sucked.
A$AP Rocky's headphones were just like going on and off his head at certain points. It was like, really, this is like shoddy, man. It's not like a complicated setup. It's just like a A/B camera.
Oh yeah,
like
it's lazy.
It's not like,
Did you like when the apartment number was A24?
Awesome.
What do you think they're saying there?
Some speculate it's because it was produced by A24, but we don't really know for sure.
Wow. Okay, that's some. I think there's some social commentary there. That's interesting.
They said get a shot for the trailer, and he's like, "We're doing another one."
Did you guys see Gladiator 2?
I did.
Almost, and then I didn't.
Okay.
It had some funny animal scenes in it. That's all I really remember is like CG sharks, like in a.
Yeah, it sucks. It's not good.
That was an Oscar movie.
I felt a similar way that I feel like people were. And you know, if people enjoy Gladiator 2, that's fine. Like that's fine. You can enjoy that. But I do feel like people were gaslighting themselves a little bit into being like, "This is good. It's good because Ridley Scott. We love Ridley Scott. He's made some good movies."
Oh yeah, as if his name on a movie makes it like again, say like a similar problem to Spike Lee.
Yeah.
Dude's had a lot of fucking duds in the past. 20 years.
And similarly, Denzel, we love Denzel. Like he's good in anything. He's fun to watch on screen. He's a fucking movie star. So, but I feel like people were just kind of like, oh, we wish it was better, but you know, like good job. Like this is cool and good enough. And I was just baffled similarly watching that movie being like, what? This is bad. This is not good at all. So I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
it was insanely bad.
That's funny. You know, one of my notes does use the phrasing insanely bad.
Yeah.
In all caps.
It's apt.
That's what this is. It's horrendous.
It's really bad.
It's crazy. Yeah.
And yeah, you know, it's you go to the IMDb, the first 2 user reviews, the titles say the soundtrack is unbearable. The other one says worst soundtrack ever. those are what showed up for me. And it is kind of funny, like it's not just, oh, the soundtrack is the worst. It's this movie is like almost as much about music as like fucking Baby Driver. You know, like
Yeah, no, it straight up is.
you centered the film around music, and it has
Yeah.
a soundtrack so bad that's just that those are just the titles of the featured IMDb reviews, multiple, where that's what people are talking about. It's shit.
But they've done that to themselves.
It would have been better with silence.
Yeah, no, it would have.
Yeah,
Like, I think it would have been 10% better if it was just total silence in those scenes.
Absolutely would have.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because that's just not a part of the original movie. It's about shoes. Like, it's an intentional choice to change it.
Yeah. Sounded like royalty free.
It's kind of like from a different genre of film. It's so unusual.
Yeah, you know what? I just want to rewatch those scenes, and that's it. The rest of the movie is boring. All of the dumb soundtrack scene. I mean, every scene's a dumb soundtrack scene, but the really funny ones, I do want to rewatch those because those are just so stupid. And if anybody listening thinks, oh, because we're talking about it like it's funny, you should watch it, don't. Just skip around because most of it's so fucking boring, unbearably boring.
Yeah.
You got to just see the scenes.
It is on Apple TV Plus, so you can just scroll through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would never see this at the cinema, I don't think.
Yeah. Before you watch this film, you have to ask yourself, can you handle the memes? And if you think you can handle the memes, then go for it.
There's going to be memes. Yeah.
That was a funny moment. That little rant, yeah.
I'm good to give my rating. What about you guys?
Go for it.
Yeah, I reckon. It's just, you could have condensed some of these ideas into something that isn't insulting a film, like, God, what is wrong with me today? I don't know. That's just so baffling to me, and to have the old boy thing already in the back pocket, it's like, do you enjoy doing this? Like, did you sandbag this intentionally? Like, this is wild. I don't think it's quite as bad as Old Boy, as you kind of mentioned earlier, Adam, but
it's not.
It's still abysmal. Especially for the like caliber of some of these actors in here. It's just like, why have you just wasted like everybody's time with this? This is like a 1.5 star for me.
Generous.
Yeah, but only because of the humor. That bumps it up ever so slightly. Because I was just laughing quite consistently at some of the odd choices. Even like the opening like logo title was like looked terrible. It was like, what? Where's it? Like, what was the budget on this? Like, Apple's giving you a bunch of money, A24's distributing. Like, man, filming in New York.
We've got a sick font. Check it out, guys.
Yeah.
2 out of 10. It's in the title. It feels perfect, honestly. The number 2 is in the title.
Yeah,
true.
And even if it wasn't, I would feel 2. Because 3 I would give to like a funnier, less boring movie. 3 is like a good spot for like a funny bad movie that's not like a perfect 10 or a 1 or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is like unsatisfying still, but still funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving it 3 out of 10 as well. Just because I'm a nice guy.
And somehow it's not even the worst remake of the year.
What's the other one?
What would that be?
I would say Snow White or
Was that this year?
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon, probably. One of the,
It's
a coin flip. Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch. That was pretty bad.
Oh, Lilo, yeah, you got loads to pick from.
I was just it was so funny. You mention other bad remakes, and I also couldn't think of other ones, even though there's been many that have come out this year that seem terrible. But I was just they're just not movies to me, I guess. Like I just don't even think about them.
They're like the biggest movies of the year as far as like what normal people are going and seeing.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch is saving the remake train.
All right.
Lilo to Stitch.
And How to Train Your Dragon. We almost fucking killed it. We almost had him.
I know, it was close.
We almost had him.
It's cruel.
Whatever. All right. 2 out of 10.
Damn.
Shit film. I can't. Yeah. Absolute.
Really the highest to lowest of this, podcast, all in one episode.
True, actually.
Really shows the contrast of cinema.
Yeah. The highest and the lowest.
It's like poetry.
It rhymes.
Yeah. All right, question time.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some questions then from the Sardonicast community. Head over to the suggestion thread over on the subreddit if you want to leave questions for future episodes, just like a Dishonored Thief did. Has there been a movie that motivated you guys to visit the filming location, city, or country? A big one that's like recently been added to my list is, in 28 years later, the island that is separated by the water, and you can only visit it depending on the tide. It's a real place in the UK called Holy Island, and I'm really tempted to go and have a visit now.
That sounds cool. Actually,
incredible. Yeah, really cool. And I have been to some filming locations because of the county I live in has a bunch of old places like Laycock, where they filmed like Downton Abbey, and a lot of Harry Potter stuff was shot there because it's just so old, horse and carty type vibes. So I visited a bunch of those. It's not a movie thing, but the Radiohead album King of Limbs is named after a famous tree, like an ancient tree that's quite close to me. So I've been to the King of Limbs. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Those are the main ones.
Nice. I would say for myself, going to Monument Valley was a big deal for me. I love Westerns, and going to see... it's just beautiful nature.
I would love to see that. Yeah.
I mean, that whole region of northern Arizona, southern Utah. I mean, it's crazy. It took me a while to see it. I was probably, like later in high school, and I ended up going up there because I grew up in Phoenix. But that whole region, the Arches National Park, and Monument Valley, the Grand Canyon, obviously. But Monument Valley, that was like a big one.
I made an effort to go to the Rivoli from Nirvana the Band the Show, also featured in Nirvana the Band the Show the movie.
That's a fun one.
Yeah. I mean, I was there just last week because I was in Toronto, and I wish they still had their calamari, but it looks like they removed it from their menu.
I can't remember if you said it was good or not. What kind of tier?
Well, yeah, it's like pub food, and it's not like amazing. They got good pad thai. It's like a weird kind of like some pub type things, but like not completely. It's mostly like a bar, but they also have a stage in the back, and then they have an upstairs which is a pool hall. So like 10 pool tables and like a foosball table, and I guess they do like competitive events there, but also anybody can just do it whenever. Yeah, it's a cool place. I like it. Good venue. Nice to just do the pilgrimage.
I have another one I just remembered. Can I say real quick?
Yes.
Sure. I worked for several years when I lived in LA at Hollywood Horror Nights. Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios. And they have like all different sorts of stuff going on their back lot. And one of them was literally at the Psycho House. The Bates Motel, which they still have standing. I don't know. Have you guys ever been there to Universal Studios?
No.
Oh wait, okay. Universal Studios in like Orlando or
Hollywood?
I haven't done the Hollywood one. No.
Yeah, I mean, you can still see where they shot Psycho. They have the motel and the Bates, house back there. Cool. And for one of the nights, I had to dress up as a hillbilly, and I literally stood in that like super old motel. And I'd run out and go jump out at people, and I was very bad at it.
That's awesome.
but it was cool, and it's inside the motel. It's just all hollow and empty and creepy. But it was like I was like, this is crazy. I can't believe I'm in the Bates Motel. Yeah. So
I made sure to visit the Las Vegas sign because of one of my favorite filmmakers, Neil Breen. It was his film I Am Here.
Now.
Yeah,
Vegas, that's what, Derek's stomping grounds?
Yeah, I think he's moved. Although, yeah, I don't... I shouldn't get... yeah.
Moved to, like, Florida, right, or something?
He's kind of like my Chris Chan or something. I don't... Why... People just post updates on him to me, and I'm like, oh, interesting. Like, why? I'm like, why do I know he's moved?
I mean, he's the one, like, uploading on his Cool Cat channel, saying that, like, hey, I've moved to Florida, everybody.
Oh, yeah, that's probably why. Yeah, I guess it's not as, like, intrusive if he's just doing it. But
he's informing us. There is another big one, I guess, I've seen, if it counts, I guess. Like, I go to Bristol a lot, and that's where Aardman are based. So I've seen a bunch of the Wallace and Gromit chicken run stuff before it all burned down.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, if that counts. I love Bristol.
Yeah, and I guess I think my want to eventually visit South Korea is mostly inspired by me just connecting with so many Korean films. You know, I think that art is a way that you can find yourself more connected to a culture, right? If you can feel the personal experience of a person from that culture, then you have like a bit more of like a, you know, a familiarity or want or like comfort with the idea of like going into the culture, you know, visiting or whatever, right? Like there's things about Korea that I would like to kind of check out. I love Korean food too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Speaking of, I would love to visit Toho Studios in Japan. Speaking of Kurosawa.
Nice.
That'd be one.
Yeah.
On the bucket list. Yeah,
you know, I'm thinking like if I ever do a trip to Korea, I would probably have to do a trip to Japan because it's like right there. Like what am I going to do? Like fly back and then fly all the way there again another year? Like, I don't know, make a big trip out of it. Be gone for like weeks or whatever. Hit up Australia or some shit. I should just take a month off, you know?
Just fuck it.
No, legit though. Yeah, I should do that one day.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm very curious what you guys have to say about this one. From BBD4116. What are each of your favorite dibbies? Alex can explain what it is if Adam and Jake haven't been informed of dibbies yet. This is a term I came up with, right? For like characters or symbols in a franchise that are used as a way to promote the brand. So like Minions from Despicable Me, like Ewoks or Porgs or something from Star Wars, Wall-E. It's usually like a cute thing. Baby Yoda, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's my favorite dibby?
Do you genuinely like any of them? I like Wall-E a lot. But of course, Pawnee from Men in Black International is my go-to. This is the best one.
So it's just like a cute little creature?
Not necessarily, but... Oh, wait, yeah.
It doesn't have to be, but it usually cuteness is part of it.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's, you know, it's usually like a bare face, like, oh, they're doing this to, like, sell merch type thing, you know? Like a Baby Yoda or a Minion or... Yeah, there's countless examples of, like, a cute thing that's like a
porg.
Part of a franchise or... Yeah, a porg.
There's definitely some that exist for me, and I feel like I might have to like run downstairs and see if on a shelf of weird collectibles one that exists that I'm forgetting. Do you mind if I just do that while you think of one? I'll just be real quick.
Do it.
Yeah, hold on.
This is an important question. You need like a well-researched answer, you know?
The problem is I can't really think of any off the top of my head that are like unique to anything. I don't know. I mean, porgs are cool.
You don't like a Minion?
Like
a porg?
I couldn't give a fuck about Minions. I mean, fuck those guys. With all due respect to the Minion, to Gru. I have great respect for Gru.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I respect Gru and his operation and his hustle grind set. But the Minions themselves, I mean... Stealing the show like that? Like, come on.
All right, I'm back. Well, it did help me think of one, even if I feel like it's probably not my favorite.
Jogged your memory.
Sackboy. Sackboy's a good little
Yeah,
little
that's a good
divvy.
one. That's a good one.
Love the name.
Yeah. He's kind of a lost one too.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah. Not much Little Big Planet nowadays.
Yeah.
Would E.T. count?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a little bit scary, but he's definitely supposed to be cute at points, you know, likable, lovable.
Yeah. I like that shot when he's all gray, just in the freaking gutter. Like,
yeah. I can't remember if I mentioned that in my childhood trauma video, but that film fucked me up when I saw it.
That's gotta be up there. That is so...
Yeah, well, like the his first introduction following the Reese's Pieces or whatever. It's like really scary shit to like a kid.
It really is.
But
yeah.
Yeah, nothing can really beat Pawnee from Men in Black International, I'm afraid. So, sorry guys for your bad Dibby opinions.
Yeah.
Ooh. Let's do this one from Gavinim. One of my favorite episodes was 5 where you talked Hunt Down the Freeman and Cook Cat and the drama itself.
Cook Cat?
But have you guys ever thought of directly doing a review of one of Daddy Derek's movies? All right. I know I'm being like an asshole, I'm being like pedantic, but bro, you gotta like read some of these things before you post them. It's like one of my favorite episodes was 5 where you talked Hunt Down the Freeman and Cook Cat. But the heart of the question was, would you review a Daddy Derek movie?
I mean, yeah, we could revisit him someday, but like first he has to make like a movie again that isn't just a recut of his one movie that he made.
He has to release something, yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like maybe start there.
Have you seen much Derek Savage stuff, Jake? How up to date are you on the lore with him?
I'd have nothing. I don't know about Cool Cat.
It's okay.
I mean, I'm vaguely aware, based on what you guys have talked about, but I haven't like sat down and watched anything Cool Cat related.
Do you know about his character Hood Rat?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
It's
no.
best you don't actually. That one's a bad one.
Here's the thing is like I've seen you guys post. I've seen you guys post about this and about Cool Cat, but it's one of those things where it's like I'm glad you guys are having fun, like making fun of this, but this is like just kind of depressing.
Like, yeah, you know, it's one of those things where like if I wasn't responsible for it, that I might not be as invested.
Yeah. You started this maelstrom, man.
Yeah, there's like there's a direct. I have like an obligation to see what the hell is happening here.
And it just won't stop as well. That's another thing.
Oh yeah, who would have thought it would still be going? 2025. It's been 10 years, Derek.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy for you.
I don't know. I'm invested. I want to see his school shooting movie.
Yeah, you know, I'm good.
That's a real thing, Jake. Yeah. It's not a joke.
You mentioned it in the moving video. Yeah, he's literally doing that.
There's so much darkness in the world. I mean, I'm glad that you guys can laugh at it. I mean, it's not like it's super dark. I mean, I just don't know. It's just one of those things where I'm like, this seems like I would be bummed out if I knew more about this.
Oh yeah, if you saw the Hood Rat Raps Twitter, you would be bummed out.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Well, the 420 awards.
Good one.
Yeah.
420 awards is Lynchian.
Yeah, so maybe Jake would like it.
Yeah,
maybe I would.
Yeah, maybe someday. All right. I think let's do like one more question.
Let's do one more. Let's end on this one then from Pomegranate Nearby 923. What are your guys' thoughts on the works of Mike Judge, if you've seen any? As a reminder, Mike Judge's works include Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill, Silicon Valley, Idiocracy, and Office Space, among other projects.
And Daria.
When I was like 12, I loved Beavis and Butthead. I was like the perfect age for that shit. I've seen Idiocracy and Office Space, and Mike Judge was recently in Common Side Effects. Really good, underrated show. He's a really good character.
I watched a bit.
I love his voice. I love his delivery. His like deadpan delivery for a lot of these characters. I feel like I need to watch King of the Hill because every clip I see of it is like really funny. I love like the voices and the characters of it.
Yeah, I'm curious what you think of that.
Yeah. But I've never seen Silicon Valley. I hear it's good. But yeah, don't really remember Office Space that well, or Idiocracy, to be honest.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, people were like obsessed with Office Space. I was never like huge on it. It's good, but I don't know. Maybe I'd appreciate it more as an adult. Maybe.
But
I
remember liking it.
Yeah, I've always kind of been like, mid positive for Mike Judge things. I do like the clips of King of the Hill on YouTube, but I don't like seek out full episodes. And I saw bits of it growing up, but again, I just didn't like seek it out the same way I did like The Simpsons or anything. The funniest thing I've seen from Mike Judge was his appearance on Space Ghost Coast to Coast. That was a funny interview. But yeah, he's good.
I haven't seen anything by Mike Judge except Office Space, and that was once a long time ago, and I didn't really like it, so I can't really I can't really comment on it. Yeah, I haven't seen any Beavis and Butthead or King of the Hill, or I'm kind of surprised actually. Like I feel like it's stuff I should see and be familiar with, but for some reason it's just one of those things. I don't know.
I think you would get something out of King of the Hill. I don't have any advice on where to start, other than maybe just like YouTube clips, I guess. They have an official YouTube channel, so.
Because it's recently come back, right?
Yeah, they have like the new stuff, but like I was never that much of like a super fan of the original, so I don't have like a point of reference for comparison, and also I'm not interested in seeing the new stuff right now. So it's like I don't know if it's good or bad or worth watching.
Yeah, and it's one of those like 15 seasons, and it's like, bruh.
All I know is like half the cast is dead. So
yeah, it's been going a long time. I like his animated stuff, I think, more than the live action, from what I've seen anyway.
All right,
but there we are. We did it. Now we get to find out.
Time for the recommendation. Yeah. Alex and Jake have no idea, and I have the polls in front of me right now.
I'm so excited and nervous.
Yeah, so there's one poll from Patreon. There's one poll from the YouTube members. The Patreon has...
Wait, what about Reddit?
Well, Reddit... Were you not listening last time?
I wasn't.
Reddit was used as the first tier that then went to the YouTube members.
Okay, got it.
So it ends with the people that are paying. All right.
Okay. What is it? Tell us.
There's two films. All right, so...
I'm getting scared.
Sorry. I got a little excited. I've been working hard. It's been a lot to like to manage.
No, I really appreciate you taking care of this.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I've been fucking busy too. All right. On Patreon, definitive with 563 votes total counted on the Patreon. The winner with 93 votes. South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Oh, okay.
Interesting choice. Interesting choice.
I don't think I've ever watched a single South Park episode in my life.
Whoa, that'll be really interesting then.
That is interesting.
Okay.
Cool. We'll have the gambit then.
A fresh perspective on South Park, starting with the film. I'll have a good amount of things to say about it. All right. And then if you remember, like, I was kind of telling people, like, coordinate. We'll get like one, really, really good movie and like one kind of like meme funny movie that Alex and I can like, maybe like do a live watch along stream for or whatever, something appropriate like that.
Mm-hmm.
So with the YouTube members poll, there's only space for 4 options. So I took the top 4 from Reddit. And unlike Patreon, you can't set it to have a definitive end date for the poll. So we can have like a little bit of a discussion about this because
do we need to veto?
I don't know exactly what the poll looked like exactly 24 hours after it was posted, right? Because I just, I didn't check it until like today, right? At the beginning of today, there was a tie between 2 films, but as of right now, one has taken the lead. As of the time that it's taken to record this podcast. I think Alex is gonna like what took the lead. And Jake,
Okay.
if you want to dispute it with second place, then we can have a conversation.
Got to fight. Get the boxing gloves.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I mean, it's up to you guys, but I wouldn't mind talking about 3 movies.
Well, I think we will talk about 3 movies because One Battle After Another will have come out before the next episode.
Oh shit!
So we should only stick to 2 for the poll.
You're right. Okay, no, I mean, I respect whatever won.
So earlier today the tie was between Ron, another Kurosawa, and Bionicle Mask of Light.
You fucking with me?
As of the past couple hours, Bionicle has taken the lead.
Oh yeah.
So I'm comfy with this. Like we just had a really great discussion about a Kurosawa film, and I'm sure we'll be ecstatic and excited to revisit him in the future. Anyway, I'm kind of chill with the idea of having 2 movies
animated masterpieces. Yeah.
One of them's still I would say good, but both are ones that Alex can watch on stream with me when he's visiting, if you're down.
You can't rip Bionicle away from me now.
I know. I knew you would love this, and so I'm kind of.
So you're telling me episode 200 is going to be One Battle After Another, South Park, bigger, faster, uncut. I don't even know what it's called, and some Bionicle movie.
It's not just some Bionicle movie; it's the first one.
Bionicle Mask of Light.
Oh, it's not.
It's the first Bionicle movie. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. So.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
I mean, I knew what I signed up for joining this podcast. So,
yeah.
I mean, you got to take I just got to take it on the chin, you know?
You just got to take it.
But to be fair, you could watch both of these movies twice, I think, in the runtime of The Bodily Fleas. So,
God, that's true.
Yeah, you know what? It is good that we're doing like kind of shorter ones, especially if
we
we're
live
fitting
in a dark time.
We're fitting in the new PTA. I think this works. I think I'm happy. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm happy.
I'm very happy. I'm giddy.
And I'm happy you guys are happy because, let's face it, 200 episodes, I've done like 10. So, this is fair.
All right. Well, if you don't want to be spoiled for South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, and also Bionicle Mask of Light, just fucking just managed to take the lead at the very end here. 111 votes counted on the members poll. So thanks everybody for participating. Big shout out to the patrons. Big shout out to the members, especially. I saw a bunch of you signing up within the last 24 hours of this, trying to change the poll results. So congratulations. Thanks for signing up. Yeah. And we'll talk about One Battle After Another as well. And that's the plan.
Awesome.
Wow. What a mixture.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the official live stream, the date of the live stream, Saturday, October 11th. Okay. And we're gonna start, I don't know, as early as 11 a.m. Pacific, and maybe as late as 1 p.m. Pacific. So around noon, but we'll update on the Twitter or whatever.
Sure.
All right. Thanks everybody for joining.
Thank you.
Patreon.com/Sardonicast. Listen to the episodes early. It's not going to influence the live stream, but most every other episode. Support the show ad-free. Also, that's a big one. Sardonicast.com. Sign up for premium. Same thing. Also, YouTube members. Have a happy Bionicle. Thanks for listening.
Happy Bionicle, everyone.
Hope you handled the memes, everybody.
True.
Bye.
Bye.